rather than going back and forth with somebody on email or text about, hey, is this day good? Is that day good? They have a link that has my availability. Boom. I've invested in technology, and that's automated the habit of having coaching calls with my clients.
You're listening to Flip Empire, the show committed to helping real estate entrepreneurs who want to build their empire without sacrificing their life. Your success and freedom starts now with your host, Alex Pardo.
The fourth step of making it easy, which is the third law here, is you want to use the 2-minute rule. And what the 2-minute rule is, downscaling your habits until they can be done in 2 minutes or less. So back to the example I used of leaving the book on your pillow. Let's say you want to develop the habit of reading before going to bed. And by the way, you're replacing that a bad habit of maybe watching TV before bed or watching the news before bed with a positive habit of reading before bed. Well, one of the things you can do is, if you're not in the habit of reading, or let's just say you're tired at night and all you want to do is, turn on the tube, turn off your brain, and or just hop into bed and go to sleep. Well, one of the things you can do in the 2-minute rule is, if you want to develop the habit of reading before going to bed, just read 1 page. Right? Because that can be done in 2 minutes or less. So read before each night becomes read 1 page, right? I've been wanting to get into yoga, specifically vinyasa yoga. And one of the ways that I've applied this is, so I've been wanting to join a vinyasa studio here around my house, but I haven't really found the right one. So I've been talking about getting into yoga for a while now. So when I read this, I said, well, what I'm going to do is I'm just in 2 minutes or less, I'm going to find a YouTube video and I'm going to practice vinyasa yoga for 2 minutes or less. Like that's another example. So in the book, he talks about one example is, let's say you want to run, right? And you want to run 3 miles. Let's say you're training for a 5K and you want to start to run 3 miles. Well, but you haven't really been running in months or years for that matter. Well, run 3 miles becomes tie my running shoes, right? So think about how you can chunk down your habits until they can be done in 2 minutes or less. And then the last, and certainly not least part of making it easy, is you want to automate your habits when possible. And that could be investing in technology and one-time purchases that lock in a future behavior. A simple example of that could be, hiring a trainer and paying for, 10 sessions up front. That's a one-time purchase that, boom, it locks in future behavior. Now you've paid for 10 sessions, you're going to get the most out of it. You're not going to just throw that money down the toilet. Investing in technology. I use, to book my podcast with guests and coaching calls with RSN members, I use OnceHub, which used to be, it's basically like it automates the process of being able to, rather than going back and forth with somebody on email or text about, hey, is this day good? Is that day good? They have a link that has my availability. Boom. I've invested in technology, and that's automated the habit of having coaching calls with my clients, right? So that's the third law. And then the final law, the fourth law, is make it satisfying. So let me actually get to my notes here. Make it satisfying. Excuse me 1 second. Okay. So the first step of the fourth law, make it satisfying, is you want to use reinforcement. And what that means is give yourself an immediate reward when you complete your habit, right? So whatever habit you're looking to develop, whether it's exercise-based, health-based, whether it's in business, and let's say you want to make X number of sales calls per day or follow-ups, or, you want to send thank you cards, whatever habit you're trying to reinforce, once you complete that habit, give yourself some type of immediate reward when you complete it. Hope you enjoyed that episode. But before you go, I've had a lot of people recently reach out to me wanting to learn more about Ascend, wanting to understand how the mastermind component works, how the coaching relationship works. And so right now we're actually on a waiting list. But what I would encourage you to do is, if you think you're the right fit and you think you could benefit from being a part of our community, head over to ascendyoursuccess.com, watch the short video, and then just click the apply to join button below. And then we'll be in contact with you if and when a spot opens up. So really appreciate you listening to Flip Empire here, and I look forward to connecting with you on the next show. Take care.